Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Bitcoin back in the green. We're above 63 G's, 70,000 in play. Send it, let's get it. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest technical analysis, as well as breaking news. Nayib Bukele meets Elon Musk at Tesla to discuss AI and the future of humanity. That's right. And quoting Max, the leader of Bitcoin country meets a worried U.S. citizen looking to relocate to the only beacon of free speech and economic freedom in the world, El Salvador. Let's go. We'll also be discussing SEC approves options for BlackRock Spot Bitcoin ETF. This is pretty big news. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin outperformed nearly every asset class in the past year, according to major asset management giant VanEck. We'll also be discussing Michael Saylor sharing 3 catalysts that will take the Bitcoin price to 5 million per coin. I'll be sharing those 3 catalysts. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin to hit $200,000 this cycle, regardless of who wins the election. This is according to the bank executive of Standard Chartered, and the primary shareholder of Standard Chartered is none other than BlackRock. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, yo, in today's show. Welcome everyone just joining today's stream. Church is in session. I'm going to be preaching the Holy Gospel of Satoshi for the next couple of hours. We're streaming live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. Please do share the stream, spread the word, and shout out everyone in the live chat. We live right now, Robbie Kaiser. Shout out Dan Carden. Good to have you here. Data Biter. What's poppin'? What's crack-a-lackin'? Shout out to the one and only Chandy 10 Music, the #1 Bitcoin music channel. Hands down. Shout out Data. It'll be historic potentially, and now they approved options trading on the ETFs. Mixed feelings, manipulation, but more adoption. We will be covering that. Shout out DNA Noonan. Welcome, brother. Shout out Greg. Ahoy, pirate shipmate. What it do? Good to see you, Greg. Shout out to the Oracle, the one and only. Shout out Safe Haven, everything and anything happening. Hello to JV and all. Let's go for it. Bitcoin going to new highs. Amen. Greetings from South Africa family. Welcome. JV, just want to say YouTube channel on X's tops. Appreciate that, family. Thank you, thank you. Shout out Dankness. Appreciate the disclaimer. Everything you hear on this stream, no financial advice given whatsoever. This is for entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research before investing in cryptocurrency. Sage advice. Holla. What up, Bobby Digi? What's poppin', brother? MSTR just keeps buying more of the bidding. That's right. They announced purchasing, I think, what, $400 and something million worth just yesterday. I shared on the pod, and then they announced raising another $1.1 billion to buy more of the biddy. So you already know, yo.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day. Maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Welcome to the entire fam. Again, we're streaming on X, Rumble, and YouTube. I went ahead and pinned the stream at the top of my X profile, so it's easy to find. We already have more retweets than hearts. Why so greedy with the hearts? Everyone who retweets should heart it, but nonetheless, I appreciate that. And you're going to notice it pinned at the very top. Anyone who reposts with a comment or a quote will get reposted and shouted out, and I'll follow you back as well. Shout out Chandy. She put JV as live. I appreciate the repost. Just reposted you. Shout out DNA Noonan. This dude knows his Bitcoin shiznit. Thank you, brother. It's like poetry to my ears. Just reposted you, brother. Charlene, Bitcoin will be dead if Trump doesn't get in. I don't agree with that. But nonetheless, I appreciate your support, and I just reposted you, Charlene. I personally think, regardless of who wins the election, Bitcoin will thrive because nobody can stop it. I mean, we've already had Biden and Harris in office for the past 4 years. Did that slow us down? Maybe a little bit. But nonetheless, it is what it is. So the cool part about Bitcoin, politics are irrelevant. And that's just the dead honest truth. And I'll be discussing more of my personal opinion on that as we dive into the feature story here in a bit. But shout out everyone for reposting the stream. DNA, I appreciate it, brother. Get in where you fit in, boy. Shout out Adam Taylor. Just reposted your brother. News with the JV. Thank you, JC Ice, our one and only Oracle. Always the first to repost. So thank you very much. Much appreciated. We are going live. We are live, actually, right now. So welcome. I love the shirt, JB. Thank you. I got to keep it professional today with the fake pocket. It's a fake one. You think you can put something in it? No, it's just for show. That's the power of decentralization. Amen. R.I.P. O.D. Perry. R.I.P. L.A. Capone. Rest in peace, broskies. Good afternoon from the UK. Watching the stream before the Anthony Joshua. Is Anthony Joshua fighting tonight? Who is he fighting? Is it a worthy opponent? Let me know. Thank you, Glenn Cooper. Appreciate the repos, broski, and just reposted you back. Just like that. And happy Sunday fun day, everybody. What's poppin'? What's good? We had a nice little pump this week. Yeah, I mean, the other day we pumped like 4 Gs. Day before yesterday. I think it was Thursday. So happy Saturday. Oh, that's right. Why'd I say Sunday? I'm always so confused with days. Happy Sat Stack and Saturday. I don't know. I think I already said it was Sunday, so my apologies. Maybe I'm forecasting into the future, but it is Stat Stack and Saturday, so you guys are right. Happy Saturday, fam. JV got a pocket on his shirt for his Newports. Exactly, for the Newports. The fake pocket, that is. Anyways. Welcome, everyone just joining the stream. Good to have you guys here. Got a lot to share as we do each and every day. It's good to see Bitcoin still in the green. $63,200, up $425 on the day. 60 G's, family. Cheers.
60 G's, 60 G's. Buying opportunity for fifth level 60 G's. What do you think, JV?
Precisely. I am from the future. I'm telling you straight up. Just like Satoshi, but I am not Satoshi. I'm of his brethren.
Who cares about a roaring kitty?
DJT just crushed in the North Carolina event. Nice. I guess he just spoke in North Carolina. That's what's up. Dubios is champ, no? Is that who Anthony Joshua is fighting tonight? I make a Bitcoin superhero, orange tights, fighting fiat thugs in the dark alleys with the AI images. There you go. 60 G's, baby. Always a great buying opportunity. 100%. Just watched it. He brought his grandkids up on stage. Nice. So I'm not streaming at the same time he's speaking today. Darn it. Welcome, everyone, just joining us. Looks like some chaos going on in the world as well. Bombs going off. Israel hit Lebanon with a massive bomb bunker buster. I don't even like talking about this stuff on my pod for Bitcoin, but it's all over my feed right now. They're saying Israel just nuked Lebanon. I don't know how accurate any of this is, but again, just all over my feed. So praying for everybody out there for their safety, of course. But let's dive right in, family. Welcome, everyone just joining the stream. One Glencoe, good to see you, brother. JB, what do you think about the wearing the Bitcoin clothing out in public? Nearly everything I wear had a Bitcoin symbol on it. Some people think that's bad. That's actually a great question. I'll address it. A lot of my hats are Bitcoin, and I have Bukele hats. Obviously, it's Bitcoin. Typically, I don't rock Bitcoin clothing in public just because I like to be incognito. Typically. So I don't mind rocking Bukele. That's why I like my Bukele hats. It doesn't say Bitcoin. It just says Bukele, 2028, yada, yada, yada. I'll typically rock an incognito hat. I don't try to be flashy with Bitcoin gear, but I do own quite a bit. I sell Bitcoin merch, for Christ's sake, and my closet is filled with Bitcoin-related gear, but I typically wear it on the pod. I don't necessarily wear it out in public because I don't want to make myself a mark, if that makes any sense. And that doesn't mean I'll never wear Bitcoin stuff. Maybe I go to an event and I'm rocking a Bitcoin hat or a Bitcoin shirt or a Bitcoin outfit, for Christ's sake. But typically, I'm very conscious of all that because I know there'll be a day where Bitcoin's worth $1 million. And maybe now it's no big deal because Bitcoin's 60,000. But when Bitcoin's in the millions, and if there's a lot of public stuff, like floating around, you just got to consider all that. Like, I'm thinking into the future. Like I said, I'm from the future. So that's just my 2 Satoshis. Let me know your thoughts. There are 4 Satoshis. Homeland Security Deputy Director discussed getting funding for then interviewing Satoshi, who turned out to be 4 people at 2019's Yahoo Finance Money Conference, FYI. Thank you for sharing, Joe Buddy. I wouldn't worry about the optics, but depending upon where you live, it could be dangerous. For instance, you don't go to Mexico City. Exactly. I've been to Haiti. I went there one time for my birthday. And you don't flex at all in some of these places. especially Mexico City or Guadalajara. If I'm pronouncing the city wrong, but there's some very dangerous places where you don't flex whatsoever. I don't like flexing in general. I'm old school, you know what I mean? And I'm in my 40s. It's not like I'm 18 years old where it's just like, you know what I mean? I don't even like to share my real ID on this channel. Exactly. Data biter is my poorly concealed pseudonym. Not hard to find me, but at least I'm not trying to dox myself. Exactly. I orange pill more people with my Bitcoin hat than I would without it. Amen. Well, Oracle knows martial arts, and fencing, so she ain't scared of no one. But yeah, anyways, fam, if you're new to the channel, very important to smash the likes, then go ahead and subscribe, then hit the bell icon to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every day, just like this. And happy Sat Stack and Saturday. Today is pod episode 1764. I'm your host, JV. It's September 21st. 2024. Bitcoin is maintaining above $63,100, up 420 on the day. Happy 420 to the fam. And I see we got 322 people on the stream. We're streaming live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. If you guys can repost this, share it, spread the word, let people know I'm going to be live for the next couple of hours. Always greatly appreciated. Let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. Pulling up Coin 360, you should be able to see on your screen. We got Bitcoin up almost 1% for the day, trading above 63,300. We have Ether up 1%, trading just under 2,600. We have XRP at 60 cents, up 3% on the day. Solana in the green, Cardano, the majority of the alts in the green. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. The current crypto market cap sits at 2.21 trillion. That's total crypto market cap. The Bitcoin market cap sits at $1.248 trillion. We got roughly 45 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance is maintaining at 56.6%. Ether dominance hit 14% after recently bottoming at maybe 13.5, 13.4% last week. And checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. We got Tau up 14%. We got Aptos up 13% and Say up 11%. Let me know which alts, if any, you're bullish on for the bull. Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective on the daily. Safe to say 95% of the market in the green, which we love to see. And zooming out on the monthly, I'd say maybe 85-15 in the green. Still pretty lit overall for the alt market. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index. Today, we're the same as yesterday. Neutral at a 54. Last week, dead in the middle at a 50. And last month, a 39 in fear. And checking out the time chain calendar. We're currently on block number 862,288. We have roughly 887,712 blocks to go into the next halving, which will probably take place April of 2028. And you can currently exchange $1 for 1,581 Satoshis. Again, $1 for 1,581 Satoshis. So there you have it. And if you guys don't know, one Bitcoin can be divided by 100 million Satoshis, and you can purchase any amount of Bitcoin. It doesn't have to be a whole Bitcoin. You can buy a fraction of a fraction of a fraction. You can literally purchase $5 worth of Bitcoin today. You can purchase $1 worth of Bitcoin, $10, $20, $20,000, $20 million. It's up to you, and that's the beauty of Bitcoin, family. Welcome everyone joining the stream. What's a crack-a-lackin'? Stop buying Bitcoin in 2022 Chicago Pack, says Bobby. Dan, what's going on? Shout out Anonymous. What's poppin'? Good to see you guys. A similar event occurred in Corpus Christi, Texas many years ago. The blast felt like 100 miles away. And I'm checking the X feed throughout the entire stream, family. Anyone who reposts with a comment or a quote is going to get shouted out, and I'll repost you back live and in the flesh. So if you want to repost right now, go ahead and repost my stream. Just put a comment or a quote. That way I can repost it. If you just hit repost, I appreciate it, but I can't repost your repost when that happens. So we got to keep the repost of the repost going. And right now there's 9 hearts and 9 reposts. Pretty lit. And I'm about to repost my own content because you can do that. Now we got 10 reposts and 9 hearts. So thank you guys in advance. I'm going to be checking this the entire stream. Cospa King says, yes, but I want to enjoy it. Emphasis on the joy. Amen to that. Thank you for the comment there. Shout out bitcoinmission.d. What it do? Thank you, Puncher. And anyone else reposting the stream, always appreciated, family. I purchased most of my Biddy in $50 or $100 increments. Oh, wow. You must have like millions of buys there, okay. JV, never get tired of saying that. Educate, educate, educate. Correct, because most people don't know what they don't know, and when you don't know what you don't know, it's the blind leading the blind. We got to educate the masses. That's why I'm here. I'm just playing my small little part, family. Howdy, shouty. What up, Dankness? Welcome, brother, to the stream. Sat stacking Saturday in full effect. Happy 420. Bitcoin's in the green. I say this week could be very lit. We can recapture 70 very easily. Price discovery mode right around the corner. October right around the corner. Fourth quarter right around the corner. Parabolic run up right around the corner. New all-time highs right around the corner. So let's get to that corner already. Welcome everyone joining the stream.
I'm for the big T. I'm for the Nipponator, I'm for Nipsey, not for the weirdo kitty cat. I'm for
stacking the sats. Anyways, let's continue with our technical analysis. We're gonna skip any stories of technical analysis and just look right at the live charts and change it up today. Why not? I'm starting to become a technical analyst around this park. You know what I mean? Doing this every day, but I don't claim to be one. I said I'm starting to become one. It feels like it at least. But here's the latest with what's going on. Let's pull up some of the charts. Just give me a second to pull it up. We're on Trading View. This is going to be live and in the flesh. We'll start with the 1 hour and we'll work our way out. Let me just switch the scene up. There you go. You should be able to see. So yeah, this is the 1 hour chart, live and in the flesh. We do have a rising wedge formation very clearly. And we do have some targets. We do have a bottom target sitting at 62.3. We're only at 63.2, so not much of a bottom target, but you can see we're trending upwards, which is beautiful, especially over the weekend, where typically we don't see a lot of action because the traditional markets or legacy markets are closed and open back up on Monday. But every once in a while, we get bullish weekend action, which I love and respect. But this is the 1 hour. We're going to zoom out some. Let's check out the 4 hour chart, one of my faves. And as you can see here, we do have a big blue target sitting all the way at $81,800. And we do have a bearish target sitting all the way down at roughly $35,000. Let me know which you feel is more likely, a 36,000 target or 83 or 81, wherever, 82-ish. Obviously, I'm always bullish, so I'm always going to shoot towards the north target. I don't see us hitting this bottom target. In fact, I think the bottom is in when we tap 49, roughly, was it 3 weeks ago? Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe 2-3 weeks ago, we tapped out at a bottom, in my opinion. I don't think we revisit those lows because of the time it is post-halving. Typically, history shows us this is when we start to have massive run-ups. And I'm anticipating a 10-day run-up in the fourth quarter of this year where Bitcoin smashes right through $100,000 so we can finally have our 100K fiesta. Let me know if you agree or disagree, family. And zooming out, we'll check out the one-day chart. You can see we had 1, 2, 3 consecutive green candles. Let's see if we can have another. Pretty lit, I guess, since Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So let's continue the pumpage. We do have a target you need to be aware of, sitting at 47.7 here on the daily chart. But overall, it's looking pretty bullish in my humble opinion. And checking out the 1 week chart, which is always the most bullish. We have that fat target sitting all the way at $124,600. It's a cup and handle pattern. I think we have the momentum ability in the fourth quarter of this year with all the macroeconomic bullishness in the market to smash this. In fact, this is my fourth quarter target, which is the cup and handle on your screen right now. Let me know if you feel we'll hit 125 Gs this year, Q4. Holla at your boy. And checking out the monthly, you can see here on your screen, we might finally get a bullish September close. It seems to be this way. We're already up pretty substantially from the beginning of the month 3 weeks ago, but we still have a week left. Obviously, we've been trading sideways for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. But before that, we had nothing but bullishness. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green monthly candle closes, which is a good thing. I think this will likely continue. If not for September, which is unpredictable here this week, then I'm pretty confident we continue continue with the Godzilla green candles on the monthly for October, November, December. Historically, we got roughly an 80% ascension after a halving event every 4 years. So let's see if history is to rhyme, family. But there you have it. That's the latest when it comes to the TA. Let me know where you feel the Bitcoin price action will likely go next, and I'll read your comments out loud. I will have a giant stake on the Barbie when we hit 6 figures. I hope so there, Ricky. Barry Bitcoin, welcome, brother. Good to have you here. It looks like from Holland, 7 months of sideways is an especially strong support area to lift massively from. I agree with that. The higher the rise, the more sideways trading action we have, in my opinion. We do have a Discord. Thank you, Streamlabs. If you want to join our Discord, it's discord.cryptonewsalerts.net. It's free to join the party. 100K party. Can't wait to meet you guys in the flesh. I'm also going to be in El Salvador January for the big golf tournament that Max and Stacy are hosting. Hope to see you guys there as well. Once FOMO kicks in, anything is possible. Remember, FOMO doesn't have a learning curve now. People can just get an ETF. They shouldn't, but they will. Good point. Muhammad, assalamu alaikum, broski. Solana to 0. XRP to 0. I saw Vitalik walking around with the Solana phone. Images of it, of course. I don't know him personally. Cardano to 0. Word. The Oracle just told me he has no option to even try to comment. Who are you referring to there? Stop pushing religion on here. Who's pushing religion? I didn't see anything religion related, but I have nothing against you guys sharing your religious beliefs, so it should be all good. There's simple rules on the channel, and it's ultimately don't dox anyone or throw anyone under the bus like that. Just be respectful and treat others how you'd like to be treated yourself. And if you don't disrespect anyone in the chat or our moderators or myself, they'll be pretty cool with you guys. So, you know what I mean? Hello from Montreal. Welcome, brother. I didn't see any push. Exactly. I didn't see anything either. Chandy says nothing. Exactly. And if you want to support us with the merch, you can. Merch.cryptonewsalerts.net. That's one of the many ways you can support our stream. Other ways, you can become a member on YouTube of the channel. You can join the HODL Gang membership for less than 10 cents 10 cents a day. I think it's $2.97 a month. Also, if you'd like to donate, you could do that as well. Many different ways to support us. All the different ways are listed in the description. We talk about God candles. It's not religious. Exactly. I mean, anything could be perceived as religious. Some people can perceive Bitcoin as a religion, and maybe they're right. I don't know. I don't know what defines the religion, you know what I mean? But it's perspective. Chill, Nigel. RNDR to 0, says Muhammad. Exactly. Some would consider Bitcoin a religion. I don't know. I am a believer. I meant that nice. I meant nothing. Sorry. Sub-conversation on your chat. No worries. I just keep in mind anything people write. I just try my best to read everything out loud. So I'm just doing my best to read your guys' comments. I perceive Gensler as a demonic. He's definitely demonic. Well, he works for demonic forces. Let's just keep it at that. Shout out, looks like Jeremy Green just subscribed to the channel. Appreciate the support, brother. Yeah, so if you don't serve God, you typically means if you're without God, it means you're serving the demonic forces. And I definitely agree that Gary is on the dark side here. Shout out Versi Boyer. I am watching Bitcoin live news from JV while exchanging crypto with no KYC. Well, good for you. Shout out Versi. I just reposted you. Shout out Shortcoin. Bitcoin Let's Freaking Go. Just reposted you. Shout out Guido. I appreciate you as well, brother. Just reposted you. He put don't miss on Stat Stack and Saturday. That's right. We only get 1 Stat Stack and Saturday per week and only 4 per year. So we got to celebrate. Bitcoin is scarcity, easily obtained. Exactly. Didn't even realize it. 90 in Vegas today, headed back up. Again, seems like LA is over here this weekend having fun. Good to see you having fun there, Judson. Come visit when you can. Right on. I predict we're going to have a freaking awesome Bitcoin winter. Damn straight. What up, Joe? Welcome. Bitcoin could be God. Well, there's a famous quote I like to share a lot from Max Kaiser. Bitcoin is God hacking humanity. I truly believe that resonates with me. Let me know your thoughts. Gensler is a servant to who? I have no idea, but he kneels to the Federal Reserve. Bada boom, bada bing. So you already know, guys. Welcome, everyone just joining us. Good to have you guys here with us. We appreciate it. 600 people on the stream. We're live and in the flesh. You're going to notice the stream pinned on my X profile. If you guys can comment or repost with a quote, I I will repost that. It helps get more eyeballs on the stream. Let's see if we can get 2,000 people on the stream before the end of the stream. We still got another 90 minutes to go, so we're going to continue with our next story of the day. Elon was just recently with Bukele. Yeah, this was pretty cool, actually. Bukele meets Elon at Tesla to discuss AI and the future of humanity. I'm sure you saw the videos circulating across X. Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele visited Tesla headquarters to meet Elon and discuss, among other topics, the role of the next generation tech, such as AI, in shaping humanity's future. On September 21st, Bukele posted a video on X showcasing his visit to Tesla's Gigafactory in Austin, Texas, where he met with Musk. In the brief clip, Musk welcomes the president and gives him a tour of the facility. Let me know if you saw this. I know I reposted it on X. Bukele wrote, "It was a pleasure to spend several hours talking with one of the great minds of our time." Yeah, let me know if you saw that. Now, Musk followed up by praising Bukele as an amazing leader, quoting Elon. "Just had an excellent conversation with President Bukele. We talked a lot about the nature of reality, future of humanity, and how technology like AI and robotics will affect the world." Bukele is in the U.S. to attend the 79th United Nations General Assembly in New York during the last week of September. Musk received homegrown coffee from Bukele, Bean of Fire. Shout out Bean of Fire. Cop your Salvadoran coffee at beanofire.com as a gift and offered a can of Coca-Cola in return. I did see him select Coca-Cola from the fridge in Bukele's choice of drink, which was interesting. Following the mainstream adoption of Bitcoin to the counter rising inflation and reduced dependence of the U.S. dollar, El Salvador is betting on AI and other tech for revenue generation. ARK Invest CEO Cathie Wood recently predicted El Salvador's gross domestic product, which we know is the GDP, could increase tenfold by 2029. Now, Wood met with Bukele back in May, referring to Cathie Wood, to discuss investment opportunities in El Salvador related to Bitcoin, AI, and other tech innovations, as well as tax policies. As Bitcoin Office shared here, President Bukele recently met with Cathie Wood and Art Laffer to discuss investment opportunities in El Salvador. I'm going to assume Art is maybe the CEO of ARK Invest, one of the higher ups. Topics included Bitcoin and new capital markets, tech and innovation opportunities, including in artificial intelligence and Art Laffer's favorite, tax policy. Now, following the meeting with Bukele, here's what Cathie Wood was quoted sharing. President Bukele's determination to turn El Salvador into an oasis for the Bitcoin and AI communities, two of the biggest economic and technological revolutions in history, is the reason I believe that its real GDP could scale tenfold during the next 5 years. Now, obviously, Cathie Wood very bullish, not just on Bitcoin, but in AI as well. And in over 3 years since adopting Bitcoin as legal tender, El Salvador has made over $31 million in profit. Bukele's main objective behind Bitcoin adoption was to promote financial inclusion, facilitate more efficient remittance payments, and attract financial innovation. Amen. Now, here was Max's response to Elon and Bukele meeting. You can see them shaking hands here. I guess that's at their that factory over in, I'm assuming, in Texas. The leader of Bitcoin country meets a worried U.S. citizen. I love how Max reads between the lines. Looking to relocate to the only beacon of free speech and economic freedom in the world, El Salvador, the only place of Bukelenomics. As game theory continues in full effect, what do you think Elon and Bukele were talking about? Wouldn't you like to be a fly on the wall during that conversation, right? What currency or store of value is autonomous, decentralized, limited supply, global, unmutable, unhackable, rapidly, acts across all borders, independent of all fiat control? You get one guess. The Biddy, the one and only King Crypto. Art is Cathie's mentor, according to her. Good to note. Thank you for that. I didn't know that. 225 in 3 months. Send it, Dan. Let's get it. The kingdom has always been ready for Chandy the wifey, says Muhammad. Uh-oh, not bathwater discussions every time Cathie Wood comes up. Come on, gentlemen. Let's keep it family friendly. No bathwater discussions today. But save that for the uncensored version of the pod. Hey, JV, watching from Cornwall, England, representing. Good to have you, Fairground. Welcome to the stream, brother. Welcome, everyone, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. I'm checking the X feed again. Anyone who reposts or comments, whatever, I'm going to repost you and shout you out. I appreciate it. Let's get as many eyeballs on the stream as we can today. We back at our regular time of 4 p.m., so let's get it. I see we got 700 people on the stream right now. Amen. Stat Stack and Saturday. Here we go. This is not financial advice. It's just me saying you're not so smart if you do not buy Bitcoin. Fair play, Caesar. I'll second that. No gerbils either. I keep the gerbils in my pocket. That's what this pocket is really for. Then we sew it up. So there's no evidence of the gerbils. Yeah, you guys are hilarious. I can think of some of the marvelous things that Musk and Bukele can do together in El Salvador. If it happens, I will move there. Wow. Right on, Data. Well, I can't wait to visit. I'm going to visit El Salvador. Max invited me to the golf competition. He reached out to me. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to attend just to meet Max and Stacy. And hopefully I get to meet Bukele. That's going to be fun. That's in January. So we got a few months left. Let me know if any of you guys are going to be in El Salvador in January. If so, let's hook up. Is it possible to keep politics and Bitcoin separate? I don't know. That's a good question, Tony. I don't think so. That's awesome, JV. Thank you, Data. Let's go.
Stack the sats, ain't no thing, baby. It's a chance to stack those sats, chance to stack those big T's.
Thank you for the repost, bro. Calvin Beans. Much appreciated, brother. I'm going to go repost you right now. Shout you out as well. Margin call. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the repost. It does help out. Obviously, you see these numbers climbing on the stream. We got over 500 people on X, a couple hundred people already on YouTube. And of course, we're streaming live on Rumble. And we're going to be live for the next 90 minutes. So spread the word. Happy Sat Stack on Saturday. Great chance to be stacking the biddies. Mom Spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface, he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting. No, I actually don't play golf. I think I took lessons one time. I suck at it. I'll keep it 100. I play basketball, not golf. However, he said a lot of non-golfers will be there and there's plenty to do. So I'm not going to be golfing, but I will be doing other things. Let's leave it at that. If there is a chess competition, I'm all in. Basketball and chess, those are my sports. Anyways, if it wasn't for my daughter and granddaughter, I would not be in California. Smash the likes. Thank you, brother. I wish I could go, but they can't function without me. JV in your pocket. You got to keep your gerbils. Of course. Keep them safe from the Nippinator. Nippinator will chase the gerbils. But anyways, Joe, welcome everyone joining the stream. We discussed Bukele and Elon. Our next story, this is actually pretty big. Regarding the Bitcoin ETF, options are now officially approved by the SEC. That's right. Let's break this down. The U.S. SEC gave NASDAQ the go-ahead to list and trade shares of options for BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF. In September's 20th notice yesterday, the SEC approved options trading for the iShares Bitcoin Trust under the ticker symbol IBIT on the NASDAQ. And according to the NASDAQ, the exchange will allow trading for options on the Bitcoin ETF in the same manner as other ETF options subject to the same rules. Quoting them here, options on IBIT will be physically settled with American-style exercise, said the SEC noticed. The exchange stated that options on IBIT will be subject to the exchange's respective initial and continued listing standards. The exchange's initial listing standards require, amongst other things, that the security underlying a listing option be characterized by a substantial number of outstanding shares that are widely held and actively traded. According to the SEC. Now, could more approvals be incoming? Let's discuss it. It's currently unclear whether the commission will move forward with approving the listing and trading of options. I have a feeling they will. What are your thoughts? For spot Bitcoin ETFs with other U.S. exchanges. Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric Balchunas speculated on X that more offerings would be approved in short order. I think he knows his business when it comes to ETFs. He's the expert. This is just one stage of approval, said the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency and the CFTC. They have to approve as well before they officially list, according to Balchunas. The other two don't have a clock, so not sure when they'll be approved. But this is a big step nonetheless that the SEC came around. Now, on August 5th, the trading volume for the IBIT Bitcoin ETF hit more than 875 million, and a total for the spot Bitcoin ETF investment vehicles was more than 1.3 billion. NASDAQ also filed with the SEC to request options trading for spot Ethereum ETFs to be allowed. on the exchange. So there you go. And I think from my understanding, BlackRock now has over 21 billion worth of Bitcoin ETF volume since they launched their ETF back on January 11th. So you already know the institutional adoption is not slowing down. They just released a report, I believe it was yesterday as well, I covered it in the podcast, where they're very bullish clearly on Bitcoin. They know the US is in 35 trillion of debt, and I think every month it's like another trillion. It's an impossible feat to ever pay back. And the only hedge at this point, from my understanding, is Bitcoin, which is the perfect savings. You know what I mean? Magnus Carlsen is the GOAT. Agreed. He's the greatest of all time. Shout out Magnus. I'm a fan. I've been a fan of his for a long time. I believe he's from the Netherlands. Correct me if I'm wrong. Somewhere in that side of the world. Of course, Shortcoin is always welcome to the kingdom. Didn't see the Hawk, Tua, and Sailor podcast. Maybe it was a farce. I did see something about he's supposed to be on her pod, something like that as well. I didn't get to see it, though. You know what I mean? I prefer chess. Nice, Tony Miller. I'm a fan. I've played tens of thousands of games between chess.com app and the, what's the one I prefer to play on? Let me open it up. I always forget the name. Lichess. I play a lot of games on Lichess. But I play what's called the Blitz. Typically, I play the 3-minute games. I don't like to be on my phone playing a game for long, so I limit it to the 3 minutes, or I'll play 1-minute games. I don't like long games, so I'm quick with it. Biddy Boys in the house. What up, JV? Shout out Tip Tyler. And make sure to follow Shandy, #1 Bitcoin music channel, hands down. You'll find it at Shandy10 Music, or you can just click the link you see in the description. Welcome everyone joining the stream. We're live and in the flesh on X, Rumble, and YouTube. I'm going to repost everyone. Shout out Steven, my homie. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate the repost. Shout out Tip Tyler, #1 hottest crypto show on the net. The Lyrical Miracle. Ooh. That has a certain ring to it, Tip Tyler. I appreciate that. Thank you. Steven, thank you. Guido, kudos for posting. Thank you, Steven, for reposting Guido, the repost of the repost. Shout out High Priority Network. I mean, I promised to repost everyone who puts a comment on the stream. So I appreciate that. Just reposted you. Live Crypto News Alerts, study the biddy. High Priority just reposted you. Boss33 just reposted you. Calvin Beans just reposted you. You guys are pretty amazing. I feel the love. So thank you guys. I really do mean it. Hi from Scotland, fam. Shout out Scotland. What's crack-a-lackin' out there, brother? Chess is an incredible game. Chess is such an incredible game. There's no other game I'd rather play. Meaning I can play chess every day for the rest of my life and have no desire to play any other game. Real talk. I love it that much. It's just the perfect game. Why isn't Saudi Arabia purchasing the biddy? I mean, I don't know, Tony. You tell me. Or what if they are, but they just haven't announced it yet? You know what I mean? Shout out RL Sweezy. Thank you for the repost, brother. We now got close to 900 people on the stream. Thanks to you guys reposting. I appreciate it. Let's have a future cast with the topic of Bitcoin being a store of value. Well, Bitcoin is the ultimate store of value, and it always will be. Because it's unconfiscatable, it's a hedge against inflation, it's a hedge against deflation, it's a hedge against corrupt governments. It's a hedge, it's an insurance policy, as Kathy Wood once called it or coined it. What did Larry Fink say about it? I forget the exact terminology, but it's everything all rolled into one. It's perfect money, family. Oracle, you are right, hand, possess. That story was overblown. It's been over 6 months, says Data. I just left a tone-based chat. Also as a mod, depressing. I didn't get to see that comment. It went right by me, but I'm intrigued to read it. So give me a second. I just left Tone-Base's live chat where a mod, depressing topic with a scientist explaining why the world is toast in 10 years. I need positive vibes here. Sorry to hear that, Satwise Jenks. I don't believe it'll be the end of the world. I think the world lives forever and nobody can end it, though there can be catastrophes, obviously, which we have witnessed. You know what I mean? JV, are you going to stream the show live from the golf event? I don't know. Honestly, I don't anticipate having the best internet while I'm out and about in El Salvador. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to try to stream when I can stream. I just don't know what my internet will be. I don't know what I'll be capable of doing, but I'm even open to just streaming on the phone. I don't need all the special technology I have here in my office, special microphones. I think the bigger picture is to just do something for the fam that you guys can be a part of one way or the other. I'll do something special. I just don't know what it'll be yet. If the world ends, you won't know it. So have fun and be a good person. Well said. But anyways, let's continue. Thank you, Judson. Watch some of the 2 vids about Scotty Scheffler on the plane ride to the tournament. Every golfer loves him. Oh, good to note. But yeah, let's continue, family. And it would be fantastic. Definitely going to try my best to get a exclusive interview with Max Kaiser. It's on my bucket list. And to meet Bukele. I mean, if I had an opportunity to interview Bukele, like, oh my God. But I know that's not going to be an easy feat because of how busy the man is. And I respect his time. What it do? K-Jam, welcome back. Arabs speak good English. Word up. But anyways, let's continue where we left off. Welcome, everyone. We got 900 people on the stream. Let's discuss the latest with another major asset manager by the name of VanEck. Very bullish on Bitcoin, obviously. Headline reads, Bitcoin outperformed nearly every asset class in the past year. Bitcoin has outperformed almost every asset class in the past 12 months, but a recent drawdown has investors spooked. According to a September 19 report by VanEck, that's 2 days ago. Spot Bitcoin prices are up 124% since September of 2023, and Bitcoin gained relative share amongst cryptos. According to the report, Bitcoin's market cap, which is approximately $1.25 trillion as of September 20th, comprises 56% of the crypto total, up some 15% since a year ago. According to VanEck, their experts expect Bitcoin's long-term bull market to continue for the foreseeable future, adding that Bitcoin's adoption as an investment vehicle isn't driven by the same forces today as in 2023. And this is coming directly from the VanEck report. It shows you the Bitcoin fundamentals, which year on year is neutral. Miner behavior they show is positive. Institutional adoption positive. Asset correlations volatility neutral. The Fed and the U.S. elections positive. And demand for decentralization positive. Now, previously, Bitcoin adoption was largely a retail-driven phenomenon, accelerated in 2023 by the inscriptions, which VanEck described as a viral innovation enabling the users to store media files directly onto the Bitcoin blockchain. Inscriptions' waning popularity in 2024 contributed to an approximately 25% year-over-year decline in transaction fees on the Bitcoin network. The Bitcoin price appreciation this year is better explained by growing adoption as money, a vehicle for storing and transferring value. And in January, U.S. regulators authorized the listing of the spot Bitcoin ETF, which officially went live on Jan 11th, which now command approximately $55 billion in net assets. According to data from fund researcher Morningstar, that's pretty legit. I mean, $55 billion, that's unprecedented for ETF volume, especially all within the year. I mean, from January to September is like 8 months. So not too shabby. And here you can see the history suggesting the logarithmic Bitcoin price growth post-halving, showing you Epoch 2 in the dark blue, Epoch 3 in the gray, and the light blue, you can see the Epoch number 4, along with the Bitcoin multiple. Now, since then, wealth advisors have adopted the BITI ETFs faster than any new ETF in history. That's what I was just pointing out. Matt Hugin, asset manager at Bitwise chief investment officer, said on the September 9th post on X, quoting him here, Bitcoin's long-term growth is driven by powerful, enduring mega themes. The rising need for decentralized censorship-resistant networks, growing institutional adoption, and increasing sovereign involvement in mining and cross-border trade, according to the report, which was authored by Matthew Siegel, VanEck's head of digital asset research. The biggest losers in the past 12 months were the Bitcoin miners, who have had a terrible year in 2024. According to the report, the Bitcoin network's April halving is largely to blame. Every 4 years, as you know, the number of Bitcoin mined per block is reduced in half. The April event reduced mining rewards from 6.25 BTC to 3.125 Bitcoin per block, and that has weighed on the Bitcoin miner fundamentals. The Bitcoin hash price, the unit of profitability in the industry that measures the revenue earned for each 1 trillion cryptographic hash calculations per second, is down 97% year over year, according to VanEck. So there you have it. Yo, what are your thoughts on all of that? Do let me know. I manifest JV interviewing Bukele. Do it with me, fam. Man, a Bukele interview would be next level, 100%. That would just be whoosh. We can also download any Arabic. Am I pronouncing that right? Arabic, my bad. Arabic you want into your brain through Elon's mock brain chips. Interesting. So is it kind of like Neo in the Matrix? You can just download any Kung Fu style and be a Kung Fu master? Bitcoin, the lifeboat in a sinking economic system. Word, Judson. Is that a new, what is that? Is that a new book? It sounds like a really good title. The lifeboat in a sinking economic system. I like that as well. Pretty lit. Oh, What up, StatWise? Well, heaven would probably be better than longevity, eh? Great update. Thanks for the effort. I appreciate it, Robert. I do try my best here. I'm here every day. I do this. It's my way of paying it forward. My goal is to orange pill as many of the masses, especially when Bitcoin is at a price like this. I know some of you guys are looking at the price right now like, oh my God, it's so high. But you're looking at the past. When you start to envision the future, you realize how cheap it is to stack sats right now. And this is the ultimate lifeboat. You know what I mean? This is your way to escape what's coming down the pipeline. You know what I mean? With the fall of America and just all the chaos in the world. This is the antidote to the corruption. This is the antidote to them controlling our money. This is the antidote to the CBDCs. This is the antidote to the forces of evil. You know what I mean? I truly do genuinely believe Bitcoin is God hacking humanity, and this gives us hope. And I don't feel we'd have much hope if we didn't have money protected by corrupt forces of evil. Bitcoin is the only immutable, unconfiscatable, perfect form of money to ever exist with a finite limited supply. And it's a beautiful thing, and we could be very grateful for that. And that's why it's important to spread the word and let others know what we're sitting on right here. Because some people are not going to get orange pilled until Bitcoin's $1 million per coin, right? And they're going to wish they were able to get in at this price. Shout out Adam. Up the Villa. Amen, brother. Just reposted you. Greatly appreciate the support. Statwise Jenks, get in here and join the live chat to get your daily dose of the Bitcoin news. Appreciate you, brother. Now, for those that don't know Statwise, he's been here for a long time. He's been in Bitcoin since 2013, so I consider him an OG and honored to have him here as a moderator on the stream. So thank you, brother. And shout out to all the moderators because this is all service. Service. There's nothing selfish here. Everyone who is a moderator on the chat, which you'll see their name in blue with a wrench next to their name, they do this because they want to give back as well. They don't get paid. It's not a paid position. They're here each and every day for 2 hours every motherfucking day, 365 days out of the year, because they believe in the vision and they're just trying to help the masses get orange pilled as well at the end of the day. So we appreciate it. Show some love to the mods. Many people don't understand crypto. Exactly. Most people don't understand money. And I think if you don't understand money, you're never going to understand Bitcoin. Because a part of the orange pilling is understanding the corruption of the dollar and how money is printed out of thin air. And I think a great read for everyone is going to be the Bitcoin Standard. You can probably find the ebook for free online. You can probably find the audiobook free. I highly encourage you to listen to that if you don't understand money. And if you want to orange pill someone, just send them the book. Say, read this book. Or if they're too lazy to read, most people are too lazy to read, here's the audiobook. Just listen to it in your car on your way to work. Bada boom, bada bing. Learn about how money is made and how they manipulate us through money. You know what I mean? The mod squad. Exactly. I agree, JV. Thank you, Short Coin. This is the antidote to the forces of evil. Really well said. Exactly. There's God and those without God. Forces of evil are lacking God, right? And Bitcoin, it's the path to godliness as well. It's a divine creation, in my opinion. And just as humanity is a divine creation, I don't believe we come from monkeys due to the Big Bang, right? I believe everything is divine on this planet. And if you look at nature and get lost in nature for a few hours, you'll understand what I'm saying. Everything is perfect, right? All the medicine is in the food, right? And the herbs. But we complicate things with our science. I call it pseudoscience, fake science. You know what I mean? But I digress. Long term, 100% Tony. 60 is the new 10,000. Like June 19th to October 20th, my money like to make money because my money likes to win. And all I do is win, win, win no matter what. Biddy's on my mind. I can never give it up. Take the orange pill or the green pill. Choose wisely. Yeah, I don't think anyone wants that green pill if you're referring to fiat. Bitcoin is my cult religion and the best hard asset out there. They say, JV, you're brainwashed with this Bitcoin stuff. I say, that's exactly right, because your brain needs to be washed from all the propaganda and mind-boggling idiocracy in America. The banana republic. We need a brainwashing, for Christ's sake. Excellent engineering requires an excellent engineer. You are live on X. You're right below. I know, yo. There's Allah, flag, country, guns, and the biddies. Love nature, JB. Walking in the woods every day. Bitcoin is number one. Amen. Let's continue with the news. Welcome everyone on the stream. I see we got over 1,000 people. Not too shabby. I'm going to be streaming for the next hour at least. Lid Lube, exciting times. Options is big. A couple more weeks. We should really start to see some numbers. I agree with that. Just reposted the comment, and I just followed you back. So you'll notice I'm following you now. And anyone else that repost or comment will get followed back as well. That's my promise to you guys. So thank you in advance. I'm going to take another sip of my Spin Drift, and we'll continue with the news.
Baby, you never heard about me with another coin. Bitcoin.
I got my mind on my Bitcoin and my Bitcoin on my mind. And gerbils in the pocket. Thank you, JB. It's great to see old friends. Amen. Yo, K-Jam. Looking forward to knowing everyone as it once was. That's right. Statwise been here for years. Hit the likes, you bunch of legends. Thank you, Fairground. Next story, let's dive into this $5 million prediction from Michael Saylor. He made this a few months ago. I remember when he shared it, and he said, when these three things occur, Bitcoin's going to go to $5 million. And I think everything has ultimately occurred or in the process of occurring. So let's break this down, and then we'll dive into our 200,000 price prediction for this cycle, regardless who wins the election. And I agree with that. I think regardless if the anti-crypto folk win the election or the pro-crypto folk win the election, and we clearly know what side is what, nothing can stop Bitcoin, and eventually it's going to go where it's destined to go. No one can stop it, and that's the beauty. But anyways, here's a tweet Bitcoin Archive shared. Shout out to the Bitcoin Archive. Michael Saylor, 3 catalysts which will take Bitcoin to 5 million per coin. Number 1, and he made this prediction before all these things actually occurred, which is pretty prophetic. So check it out. Number 1, spot Bitcoin ETF approval. Well, guess what? We got the approval, and ETFs are killing it. As I mentioned, I think overall, did I say 50 billion in volume, something like that? BlackRock alone, 21 billion in volume. And BlackRock now has more Bitcoin than MicroStrategy, and it took MicroStrategy 4 years to achieve. That's how fast they're buying up the biddies. Now, this particular cycle, discussing institutional adoption, is different than the previous. The previous cycle was led by retail. Just people buying Bitcoin, right, as a speculative asset. This time it's much different because we have institutional adoption. Institutions weren't here yet, right? We didn't have BlackRock, we didn't have ETFs, and we didn't have all the banks embracing Bitcoin. Now we do. The table is turned. And what has been leading the market this year and making us appreciate, actually since they got the word out, which was probably in the fourth quarter of last year, we knew that the Bitcoin ETF was coming, right? Things have changed. I think retail enters when we enter price discovery, which means a new all-time high. That's when it gets the regular Joe Schmoes interested again. It's just the nature of humans. No one is interested in Bitcoin when it's at a bottom. Everybody praises it, including your grandma, when it's at an all-time high. It's just the nature of the human being, the nature of psychology, right? But anyways, we now have the ETF approval, not just BlackRock, but all the major asset managers, and more to be approved. We also have the ETF adoption in Hong Kong. We have the ETF adoption of El Salvador and other places as well. I don't know on the top of my mind right now, but there are other countries that now have the ETFs as well. Now, the other thing is the fair value accounting rules from FASB. They also made the announcement earlier this year that we got them. I don't think they took effect yet, but it's already a done deal. So those two things, done deal. Now, the third thing is banks custody and lend against Bitcoin as collateral, coming soon. Now, in El Salvador, they announced a Bitcoin bank. And eventually here in the United States, I think all the major banks will allow you to custody your Bitcoin. Why wouldn't they? It's pristine collateral. And then you'll be able to borrow against your Bitcoin as collateral. Any of you have any experience with this? Let me know. I have a little experience with this because that's how I got my house. I got a Bitcoin-backed loan, right? And it was actually a pretty interesting experience. So there will be a day where you don't have to sell your Bitcoin if you choose not to. Of course, you'll be able to sell your Bitcoin at $1 million if that's what you want, fiat so badly. But one day you'll be able to borrow against it because it's perfect collateral. And you can keep your Bitcoin, pay back the loan, and get your full collateral back. That's going to be a game changer, especially here in the United States. I think it's destiny. You let me know your thoughts. I know Max Kaiser has talked about a Bitcoin bank being released in El Salvador. I don't know if it's officially launched yet, but I know they're going to have those options as well, being it's Bitcoin country. So theoretically, you can go move to El Salvador, buy a property, use your Bitcoin as collateral, pay off the loan, and get your collateral back. So there you go. 5 million per coin. We could be very close. I think we hit 1 million, not this particular halving or cycle peak, but I think the following cycle peak, we're destined for 1 million. And who knows, maybe potentially 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. And that's what makes crypto and Bitcoin so exciting, right? We don't know what's going to happen, but one thing we know for sure, your purchasing power of the US dollar is mathematically guaranteed to continue to decline as it has been for the past 100 years. And your purchasing power of Bitcoin is mathematically guaranteed to increase as it has been since the Genesis block of January 3rd of 2009, 15 years ago. Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin is perfect money. It's a vehicle you should be saving in, because if you're saving in fiat, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're losing money due to inflation. You know what I mean? The Lightning Network is quietly and rapidly being built out. Think of that as the Visa network carrying your biddy. Oh, Visa is building out a Bitcoin offering too. Let's go. Amen. The traditional payment rails all adopting the biddy, because if they don't, they're going to get left behind and out of business. The beauty is you don't need it. It'll outsurvive all the current candidates. Amen. Bitcoin is shaking the legacy economics part with debt issue Bitcoin, the very last thing the bank needed. Support the CNA through the Patreon. That's right. We do have a Patreon. If you want to support us, patreon.cryptonewsalerts.net. You also get some incentives on the Discord for being a member of the Patreon. Never sell your biddy. Sage advice. Sage advice. Because one Bitcoin will eventually be worth $1 million, and anyone who sold their Bitcoin at a time like this is going to regret it. You just look at past history. Remember the first Bitcoin transaction with the pizzas? 2 Papa John's large pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin. What's 10,000 Bitcoin worth today? Something like $600 million. Ballpark, just throwing a number out there. But do you think if they can go back in time, they wouldn't have used Bitcoin for that transaction and they would have just pulled out a $20 bill? Probably. I like to believe so. Biden voted number 3 this year after the miraculously getting Bill SAB 121, though both the House and the Senate. Hell no to the Kamala toe. So that wise. Amen to that. Just say no to drugs, family. I'm going to check the feed again. Anyone who reposts the stream, we're about to dive into our feature story of the day, and then we'll do live Q&A, the uncensored version of the pod. We currently got over 1,121 people here. Appreciate the support. Shout out Bogdan. Appreciate you here. Send it. I just reposted you, brother, and I just followed you back. That's my promise to anyone who reposts the stream. Much appreciated. Otilla Higgs, Bitcoin news, breaking. $1 billion bank BNY set for the... Oh, that's right. That's right. That was big news yesterday. BNY set to custody Bitcoin as the first bank in U.S. history, and they got the approval from the regulators. So those 3 things we just mentioned from Mikey Saylor all have come true. 5 million in play. Let's go, bro. Choose the orange pill. Thank you, Calv Beans. I just reposted that, brother, and I just followed you back. I'm now following you on X. And thank you, Pam Powers. I appreciate the repost, the likes. Much respect. Exciting times, eh? 100% with you on that. And you're going to notice one more time, we almost got a perfect heart to repost ratio. 28 hearts and 27 reposts. That's unheard of. So I only say that to say thank you, guys. Much appreciated, family. That's unheard of. Crazy. I love my X fam. You guys are the bomb diggity. Welcome, everyone, joining us. The first of many, amen to that. I got my favorite flavor Spindrift today, which is the lemon. Love me the lemon. Let me tell you something. My fire marshal Bill. Japan didn't change the interest rates. What do we got here? 631 milli from that 10,000 Bitcoin transaction. That's a lot of millis. Almost a billy. Getting close. It will be a billy. There is no second best. Good point, Tip Tyler. Appreciate that.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number 1. I'm sorry I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
There's no second best crypto asset.
There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?
The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura. Take all.
You know what I mean? You guys already know the dealio. But yeah, appreciate you guys. 1,150 people on the stream. Now for our featured story of the day. Headline reads, Bitcoin hit 200,000 by the end of 2025, regardless of who wins the election. This is according to the bank executive over at Standard Chartered Bank, a major bank. And the primary shareholder of Standard Chartered is, guess what? Guess whom? None other than BlackRock. So as you know, they're extremely bullish on the biddy. Let's break this baby down. Geoff Kendrick, not to be mistaken with Kendrick Lamar, global head of digital asset research of Standard Chartered, a cross-border bank, believes Bitcoin will have likely reached 200,000 per coin by the end of 2025, regardless of who wins the 2024 United States presidential election. Send it. According to the bank Exec, 3 factors are poised to drive the price of the biddy to a new all-time high in 2025, including the likely removal of Staff Accounting Bulletin 121, a rule effectively preventing banks from holding digital assets for clients, a marginal uptick in inflation, as well as the positive inflows into Bitcoin ETFs. Now, Kendrick expects SAB 121 to be repealed by both former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. Similarly, Standard Chartered Exec says the leadership changes at the SEC, you know, Gary's about to be replaced, right? We're likely coming, specifically noting SEC chairman's Gary's negative impact on the crypto industry. You can say that again. And what Gensler's potential replacement could mean for the markets. But you know what? They're just going to put another suit in to replace Gary, to continue with Gary's agenda. That's just the reality of it, family. So don't get it twisted. Here's a 2024 election forecast, which I don't subscribe to. I don't believe any of these polls, but nonetheless, according to Polymarket, the odds for the 2024 U.S. presidential election are a 48% chance of Trump and a 51% chance of Harris. Here's why I don't believe any of that stuff. I just remember the 2016 election, like all the news, like 92% chance Trump can't win. And who was he running against? Was it Hillary back then? I forget. I'm not a big politic guy. I'm assuming it was Hillary. But nonetheless, guess who won? Trump. And they all said it's impossible for Trump to win, so don't even vote at this. So I don't believe anything from the mainstream, and I don't know Polymarket, but nonetheless, interesting. Quoting them here, you'll probably see more ETFs relatively quickly. Solana, I would say, would be most likely the third, according to Kendrick. Turning the focus to the macroeconomic picture, the executive stated 10 years yield or above the 2-year yields for the first time around for a number of quarters now, and that's a marginally positive story within that as well. You have got inflation expectations up a bit, whereas real yields are down a bit. Now, Kendrick concluded by forecasting the price of the Bitcoin to reach approximately 125,000 by the end of 2024 if President Trump manages to secure the White House. Send it. So they're saying a Trump victory will send Bitcoin to my target this year, which I mentioned earlier when we did the technical analysis of the live charts. Remember, on the weekly chart, we have that cup and handle pattern at roughly 125,000. I predict Q4. So let's make it happen. Now, it also say they expect the price of Bitcoin to hit an all-time high of 200,000 by the end of 2025, regardless of who's in the White House. And I also agree with that. I think Bitcoin will hit multiple 6 figures this cycle peak, regardless if Kamala, whatever her name is, or Trump is in office. Now, 45 days to go until the presidential election. I believe it's November 5th. As the November election draws closer, crypto political action committees, POCs, are sending millions on campaigns in the hopes of securing the pro-crypto policies and candidates in office. The 2024 presidential race has elevated crypto to the national level for the first time in history. And according to a recent poll from the Gemini Exchange, approximately 73% of the U.S.-based respondents indicated that crypto policy would influence their vote in some form. That's almost 3/4 of the voters. And here's what I remember from Trump speaking on stage in Nashville. He promised to stockpile the Bitcoin for the United States of America if he is elected. I remember he said on day one he would fire the SEC chairman, Gary Gensler. He said he would free Ross Ulbricht. And they would use Bitcoin ultimately as a strategic reserve asset, not sell any. And then ironically, the Democrats, like a few days after he made that speech, sent something like 200,000 Bitcoin to an exchange, which goes to show you that, like, oh, just in case Trump wins, let's offload all the Bitcoin right now. Kind of crazy, right? But let me know your thoughts. And 40-2 odds on Trump. I've got my $50 down on it. Nice Oracle. The polls are kind of like speed limits. People observe them. Well, you know exactly. Welcome, Skosh. Sorry, I may be incorrect, but this statement is from last month. I think they had a meeting this past week. What statement is that? August 2024, the Bank of Japan raised the key interest rate for the second time of the year to about 0.25% for the range 0 to about 0.1%. And just the other day, while the market here has been pumping, what's his name? Jay Powell announced, I think it was a 0.5% interest rate cut for the first time in years. So we haven't seen any cuts in a long time. Never can pronounce Kamala's. Yeah, I don't really know her name. I don't pretend to know it. Maybe I should just say Miss Harris. I heard they are unchanged, and I don't even say that to like be disrespectful. I just don't know her name. I heard they are unchanged this past week, but they didn't verify it. Oh, right on. You're referring to the Bank of Japan, brother. They did have the meeting this week. So short coin, maybe asking the question. Google voice typing said pools, not polls. I hate Google's voice typing, and it won't be the last time you hear me say it. Word up, yo. Yeah, there's another name for her. Exactly. But here's what we're going to do, fam. I'm going to go ahead and end the YouTube stream. I appreciate the YouTube fam. We got 200 people here. We're going to continue with the uncensored version of the pod, exclusive on X and Rumble. This is a try stream. We're streaming on 3 platforms as we do each and every day. We're live on YouTube. We're live on X. We're live on Rumble. If you're one of the people on YouTube, head on over to rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net so you can continue with the after party for the uncensored version of the pod. I promise you it'll be lit. It's my favorite part of the stream, hands down. So head on over to the Rumble. Again, rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Let's get ready to rumble. Deuces to the tube. And yeah, we'll switch it out in a moment when the YouTube stream is over. Another great